entry will be 3000 into 7 because we have only called for rupees 7. 2 plus 3 5 plus 2 7. Second and final call till now we have not called. So it will be 3000 into 7, 21,000 share capital. 2 share forfeiture, 2 calls in arrears. In share forfeiture he has paid only application. So application rupees 2. So in forfeiture we will write 2000 into 2. And arrears, what is his arrears? He did not pay allotment and first call. Please remember, don't put the second and final call as arrears because second and final call we have not called. We are forfeiting the shares after the first call only in the second case. So the arrear will be 3 plus 2 allotment and first call, that is 5 only. So in calls in arrears we will write 5. So 21,000 is debit. Share forfeiture 3000 into 2, 6000 is credited, and calls in arrears 3000 into 5, 15,000 is credited. So I have shown you 2 different cases of forfeiture here. Now after forfeiting the shares, the company has cancelled the shares allotted to the previous shareholder, that is Mr. A. Now after that the company has the right to reissue the shares. The company can reissue these shares to someone else. Now the company will again issue the prospectus and all, and the company will reissue the shares to someone else. After the company reissues the shares might not be sold at rupees 10 or at a price more than rupees 10. The company might need to offer some discount because the company needs to provide the details that these shares were forfeited from someone else. So the company might need to reissue the share at rupees something, that a price that is rupees 10 or less than rupees 10. Now if the reissue of shares are made, suppose all the forfeited shares were reissued at rupees 9 per share fully paid up. Now we are reissuing all the shares that were forfeited at rupees 9 per share. So the shares of rupees 10 are now being reissued at rupees 9. So bank account debit 3000 into 9. Share forfeiture account debit 3000 into 1 to share capital. Now what we can understand from here is the shares of rupees 10 are being reissued as share at a price of rupees 9. So the loss of 1 rupee per share will be compensated from the amount that was forfeited by the company from the previous shareholder. From the previous shareholder we have forfeited rupees 5. What we can see from here is 2 share forfeiture 3000 into 5. So we have forfeited rupees 5 per share from the previous shareholder. From that we will compensate. So 3000 into 1 share forfeiture. The loss that the company has suffered, this loss will be compensated from the share forfeiture or the amount that is being forfeited by the company from the previous shareholder. So the previous shareholder, whatever amount he has paid and the company has forfeited it, from that amount the loss will be compensated. So 3000 rupees loss will compensate it from here. After this we find the entry in this manner. Bank account debit 3000 into 9, 27,000. Share forfeiture account debit 3000 into 1, 3000, and to share capital 3000 into 10 because the shares are of rupees 10 only. To share capital 30,000, being shares reissued. So in this manner the shares are being reissued. Now after reissuing the shares, what we need to do is we need to transfer the balance. We need to transfer the balance of share forfeiture account to capital reserve. Whatever balance is remaining in share forfeiture account, we need to transfer it to capital reserve. Because in share forfeiture we have forfeited rupees 5 per share, but we have only compensated the loss of rupees 1 from share. Excuse me. We have only suffered a loss of rupees 1 per share while reissuing the shares. So since we have only suffered a loss of rupees 1 per share, rupees 4 per share is remaining there. That amount will be transferred to capital reserve. So all the shares were reissued, therefore the amount to be transferred to capital reserve will be calculated as rupees 15,000 that was forfeited from Mr. A, and rupees 3,000 minus rupees 3,000 that was compensated for the loss, that is 15,000 minus 3,000 gives us rupees 12,000. So share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve. The third entry what we will make here will be share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve 12,000, 12,000. So what we understood from here is we need to transfer the balance of share forfeiture to capital reserve at the end. The amount of balance that you can see here is 12,000, 12,000. Now here this was the case where all the shares were forfeited and reissued. If all the shares were not reissued, then There are some different criteria for that. When all the shares forfeited are not reissued, you can see here, when all the shares forfeited are not reissued, in that case what you can do is, out of the forfeited shares, only 2000 shares were reissued at rupees 8 per share fully paid up. Now the shares are being reissued at rupees 8 per share fully paid up. So only 2000 shares are being reissued. So first of all, let us make the entry of reissue. Bank account debit, 2000 shares are only being reissued. So we'll make the entry for 2000 only. 2000 into 8. Share forfeiture account debit, 2000 into 2. 2 share capital, 2000 into 10. 2000 into 8, 16,000, and the loss of rupees 2 per share, because we are reissuing the shares at rupees 8 per share. So here we need to suffer a loss of rupees 2 per share. So share forfeiture account debit, 2000 into 2, that is 4000, to share capital 20,000, 2000 into 10. So here we have suffered a loss of rupees 2 per share, and the entry of reissue is completed. Now the last entry, share forfeiture to capital reserve. Since here all the shares were not reissued, we need to find out the amount that will be transferred to the capital reserve. Here we cannot make directly the amount from the forfeiture entry, that is, to share forfeiture it was 15,000 minus to share forfeiture, but share forfeiture debit in the reissue entry 4,000, 15 minus 4, 11,000. This cannot be done because all the shares are not reissued. Whenever all the shares will not be reissued, the number of forfeited shares are 3,000 and the number of shares reissued is 2,000. In such a case, you need to use this formula. Number of shares reissued divided by number of shares forfeited. Number of shares reissued is 2,000 divided by number of shares forfeited is 3,000 into the amount forfeited in the forfeiture entry. The amount of share forfeiture in the forfeiture entry was 15,000 minus the amount of share forfeiture in the reissue entry, that is 4,000. So number of shares reissued by number of shares forfeited into amount of forfeiture in the forfeiture entry minus the amount of forfeiture in the reissue entry. When you solve this, 2000 by 3000 into 15,000, you will get 10,000. 10,000 minus 4,000 will give you 6,000. So share forfeiture to capital reserve, 6,000 will be the amount that will be transferred to the capital reserve. Now I hope it is clear to all of you. Still, if there is any query regarding this, you can contact me directly either through call or WhatsApp. After this, you will be getting few questions to solve. Please solve those questions and send me the solutions personally. Thank you very much and bye bye.